Welcome to our PhD class 2018. Our topic of today is about comparative educational technology, where we were given assignment to look at the research in instructional media and implications for application at various levels of instruction. The objectives were to review some of the related research in instructional media. Then we discussed the importance of related research to developments in educational technology. Then we explained the implications of the related research for application at various levels of instruction. So we began by defining research, and we said the research purifies human life, it improves its quality, its search for knowledge. It is a journey from known to unknown. It's a systematic effort to gain new knowledge in any kind of discipline. We can therefore define research as systematic, scientific, controlled, and empirical process of searching for pertinent information on a specific topic. When we say systematic, we are meaning step by step. Scientific means that its processes and the steps are well known. It's controlled because it is done within a scope. And it is empirical because it is based on evidence, that's the data collected. There are so many discoveries and inventions that have taken place through research, and the world has got so many new theories which help human beings to solve problems. So it is through research that most of the instructional media or technology have been discovered. So after that introduction, we talked or defined instructional media, where we said instructional media encompasses all the materials and physical means an instructor might use to implement instruction and facilitate the students' achievement of instructional objectives. These may include traditional materials such as chalkboards, handouts, charts, slides, real objects, and videotape or film, as well new materials and methods such as computers, DVDs, CD-ROMs, the internet, and interactive video conferencing. We talked of types of instructional media, and we highlighted them, citing some of the authorities. Instructional media, according to Mustafa et al. 2002 and Azikiwe 2007, are usually classified based on the characteristics they exhibit. There is a wide variety of instructional media which could be profitably and effectively used in a classroom learning situation. They could be broadly classified into 4 groups, namely visual aids, audio-visual aids, audio aids, and resources. That's human and materials. Learning resources that fall under audio-visual aids appeal to the senses of sight, hearing, and touch. They include line sound film, sound strip projector, television, and video tape recorders and tapes. The audio aids are instructional materials that appeal to the sense of hearing and touch too. They include the records and record players, tapes and tape recorder, radio and language laboratories. Resources could be human or materials. Human resources include the teacher, the pupils, and other resource persons in the community. Materials include all those physical objects mentioned earlier, such as chalkboard, and real objects such as bottles, yams, cups, stone, spoon, and knife. According to Azikiwe 2007, instructional media cover whatever the teacher uses to involve all the 5 senses of sight, hearing, touch, smell, taste, while presenting his or her lessons. In a similar vein, Adigar 1997 says, instructional media are things which are intended to help the teacher to teach more effectively and enable the students to learn more readily. Then we went on and talked about the brief history of instructional media research. The claim of no learning benefits from media has been made and substantiated many times in the past. Many researchers have urged that media have differential economic benefits but no learning benefits. For example, in the first handbook of research on teaching, Lumsden in 1963 concluded that the benefits of media were primarily economic and that their use was to develop the technology of instructional method. Merrick in 1968 predicted that adequately designed research on the learning benefits of various media would yield no significant differences between treatments. Another example of the argument came from the prolific media research reviewer Willy Besigomwe 1977, who claimed that learning is influenced more by the content and instructional strategy in a medium than by the type of the medium. Levy and Dick 1973 made the same point as Seacrum in their chapter on media and technology research in the second handbook of research on teaching. Grass and Curry 1973 and Levy and Dick 1973 were cautious about media comparison studies, which apparently were still being conducted in large numbers. Grass and Curry recommended using any acceptable media as a vehicle for making available to schools what psychologists have learned about learning. Levy and Dick noted that most media comparison studies to that date had been fruitless and suggested that learning objectives can be attained through instruction presented by any of a variety of different media. At that time, televised education was still a lively topic and studies of computerized instructions were just beginning to appear. Generally, each new medium seems to attract its own set of advocates who make claims for improved learning and simulate research questions which are similar to those asked about the previously popular medium. Most of the radio research approaches suggested in the 1950s, e.g. Hovland, Lumsden, and Sheffield 1949, were very similar to those employed by televised movement of 1960s, and to the more recent reports of the computer-assisted instruction studies of 1970s and 80s, as cited in Dixon and Jude 1977. Reviews and meta-analysis of media research. One of the most interesting trends in the past decade has been a significant increase in the number of excellent